Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Matt, I am the Americanadian Gamer, and today I want to talk to you about the Halo 5 multiplayer beta. Now, I've probably played about a dozen matches or so up until this point, so I figured that it would be a good time for me to sit down and share my opinions and first impressions on the game so far. So everything you're about to hear may change or prove to be completely untrue in the future, so take everything that I'm about to say with a grain of salt. So with that little disclaimer out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about the beta. And first thing I want to mention are the new default controls. They are weird. Your smart scope, aka iron sights, are now on the left trigger, grenades are the left bumper, crouch is the right thumbstick, your dash abilities are the B button. It's really weird. And normally when I sit down with a new control scheme like this, it does take me a very long time to get used to it. But after just a couple of rounds, I found this control scheme to be surprisingly intuitive, and I didn't have to think about everything. I was really worried about having to sit down and really think, okay, what do I press now, what do I press now, what do I press now, because they don't have a lot of control options that are exactly what I want them to be. But this turned out to be really good, and I really like what they've done with it. So the controls are actually really good, and I do suggest to everybody that's going to play it, give the default controls just a little chance. Just give them a chance and see what you think of them, because they're actually surprisingly intuitive, as I've said before. And to go on top of that, the game itself just feels good. This is, I dare say, the best feeling Halo game that I have ever played. The movement feels good, shooting the weapons feels incredible, everything about this game just feels good, it feels right, and it feels like Halo, but a really fast, visceral Halo. And a lot of people don't think you can get that feeling with a more classic arena shooter because you don't spawn instantly, you don't respawn instantly here, and you have to find weapons on the map, but the game is really, really, really fast. It is much faster than the older Call of Duties. Maybe it's on par with Advanced Warfare and Titanfall, but compared to like the Modern Warfare series and the Black Ops series, this game is a much faster game. And they kept the base movement speed, or at least a very similar base movement speed, to the Halo 4 Turbo update, which is a great idea because I love that you move faster in the Halo 4 Turbo update, because before that you moved too slow. You moved like you did in Halo 3, and I did not like the Halo 3 movement because you were so slow and sluggish, and it just wasn't fun. You were too easy of a target. In Halo 4's Turbo update, and now in Halo 5, your base movement speed is really quick, and it makes strafing really fun, and it makes gunfights really fun. So there's that. You have the new kind of built-in thruster pack to your armor now, so everybody has the thruster pack to move left and right in various directions horizontally, and it is really nice to have. It no longer puts you into third-person view when you use it. As soon as you dash, you just stay in first person and you just keep on going, so you don't have that weird disorienting effect of zooming out for a split second, then zooming back in, which I never understood why they did that in the first place. So that's really nice to have. There is now a mantle system, so if you're holding the jump button when you jump up at the ledge, your Spartan will grab the ledge and pull himself up, which is something I'm very glad that they finally added to a Halo game. I've been waiting for that for quite a while. And now you can just jump up to areas that you couldn't really reach before, just pull yourself up just barely, and they were able to do that on the remake of Midship. They added a couple slightly higher areas and threw a DMR up there for you to be able to grab, and so they're really taking advantage of that system that I've noticed, and I've been able to use it, and a lot of people don't realize it's there. So if you're using the beta, use that mantle system to get around the map, and people won't know you're coming. It's really kind of neat. So, another little thing about the movement is they've added kind of this hover system. It's when you're in the air, if you aim down sights, or you activate your smart scope, as I should say, you kind of hover in the air for a second, like you activate your thruster pack to kind of hover, and it lets you really pin some shots down on people, so you can jump up and pop your head over cover, aim down sights, and then you hover in the air for a split second and you put fire on people. And this, I have mixed feelings about, because one, it is really useful in the right situation. It is really nice, and it's balanced in the way that you hop up in the air to take shots, but at the same time you're completely immobile, so you can get gunned down really easy. It is balanced, but I don't like that it always happens. because I don't always want it to happen. There are multiple times when I've been jumping, I go to aim down sights because the target is far enough away for me to, you know, justify doing so, and then I hover in air for a second, lose track of the target, and just get gunned down. I wish there was a way to almost disable it, because I'd rather not have it than have it, but maybe I'll get used to that in the future. But for now, it actually has been inconveniencing me more than it has been helping me. So for now, I kind of wish there was an option to disable, but maybe I'll get used to it in the future. We'll see how that happens. And another thing that's a little harder than it should be, I think, is picking up weapons, surprisingly, of all things. It's actually really hard. You actually have to sit on top of the weapon for just slightly longer and hold X slightly longer to pick up the weapon than you have in the past. It makes it more difficult to run over top of a weapon and just grab it and keep going, because sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes you're not over top of the weapon long enough to be able to pick it up and keep going. And I don't know if that's a lag issue or that's intentional, but I don't like it, because there have been so many times when I walk over a weapon, I hold X for a split second, because in every other Halo game that would pick up the weapon and allow me to go on my way. In this one, it goes, oh, you didn't hold it long enough, and I continue on my way, and it's like, oh, I still have my Magnum, and the battle rifle is laying back on the field, then some guy just walks up and picks it up and walks off with it. That could be changed a little bit, but that's not a big inconvenience, but just keep an eye out for that when you play. Sometimes the weapons will just take a little while to pick up, and I'm hoping that's just a beta thing. I'm hoping that gets changed by the time the game comes out. And speaking of weapons, the weapon balance seems to be all over the place right now. I'm not sure which weapons are really top tier. The DMR is definitely not. The DMR is good, but the battle rifle is better. The battle rifle is a really good weapon. It's still a 4-shot. It feels just like the Halo 4 battle rifle, and its scope is actually shorter. When you aim down the sights, you get a very short zoom with it, but it's just enough to help you out in like short to mid-range combat. And you can just pick people off much easier, and it kind of does open up room for the battle rifle, because the battle rifle feels more like, or I mean the DMR. The DMR feels more like the battle rifle used to, where it actually had a zoom to it, and you could pick off targets at a distance. So they've actually kind of shortened that range of the weapon just a little bit. The battle rifle is a little more close range, and the DMR is a little more mid-range now, but the balance doesn't seem to be quite there yet. The assault rifle is really powerful. It seems to win pretty much every firefight that it gets into for the most part, and grenades do a ton of damage. Grenades are incredibly powerful. I think the grenade radius is just too large. Like, Halo grenades have always been powerful. A single grenade has always been capable of completely eliminating your shields. But in this one, the radius of the damage feels way too large, that it's like the grenades are farther away than you would think they would hurt you. Wow, let me say that again. The grenades are so far away from you, you think that they wouldn't hurt you, and then they take your entire shield away and then you get killed. Now granted, it is easier to avoid grenades now with the dash ability, so maybe that's why they're more powerful, but I do think they overcompensated for that. But I think they're kind of trying it out in the beta, at least that's what I'm hoping for. And maybe the grenades will be slightly weaker when the game comes out, but right now the weapon balance and grenade balance is kind of all over the place. I'm not sure what to think about it. A couple other things. Power weapons are now announced on the map. Like, you know, in Halo 4, they had the HUD markers that showed you where power weapons came in. Like, showed you, oh, look, the sniper rifle came out here. Well, they still have that, and on top of that, they have announcements like 30 seconds till sniper rifle comes in, 10 seconds till sniper rifle comes in, and then you can hear your Spartans call out like, we have the sniper rifle when they pick it up. Like, they have more call outs like that, and I think that's really helpful. I really do like that, and I think it will help newer players kind of get into the game a little bit more. And when you hear like 30 seconds till sniper rifle, people start going for the sniper rifle, so you can kind of use that to your advantage if you're more of an experienced player. You can go to the sniper rifle, you can camp it, you can take people out as they go for it, and then let either your teammate pick it up, or you can pick it up yourself and just take it and go do some damage with it. So overall, the beta, I think it's incredible. Despite all the negatives I just listed, the game feels great. It plays great. I love it. I have been having so much fun with it. It's fast, it's brutal, it is so much fun. You get angry and happy and excited, and every match you just kind of want to throw your controller for both joy and anger. I love it. I absolutely love it. It takes me back to the days of playing Halo 2 with my friends with like 2 Xboxes and a couple TVs. all set up. That's what it makes me feel like, and I am so excited. And at the same time, I'm sad that the beta is only going to last about a week, but it does make me happy that we're going to get more of it when the game actually releases, and hopefully they'll learn a lot from the beta in terms of balance, because it seems like they have the servers down, because the servers are running brilliantly. I don't have any lag. Matchmaking takes a little while, I will say that, but there's no lag. I'm not getting booted. I'm not having many troubles with that. Normally that happens, and the Master Chief Collection still doesn't work perfectly. The Halo 5 beta is working better than the Master Chief Collection's multiplayer. We'll just put it that way. But overall, beta is pretty good. If you haven't had the chance to check it out, I highly recommend it going over to a friend's house, or if you haven't downloaded it yet, just download it. It's definitely worth your time. So, as always, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. My name is Matt, and I'll see you next time.